Hello, my lovely lyrical ladies. It is Mallory back again with another lyrical video. I'm kind of excited for what we're doing this week. We are going to talk about something first that you may or may not have already done in class, so I'm really excited about that. We are going to be doing improv today. So if you've done a little bit of improv or you kind of know what improv is, we're going to talk a little bit about it, and I'm going to give you kind of some tips and tricks to start using improv in your dancing when you're doing across the floor, and so that when your teacher tells you to do some improv, you don't get too scared and you don't really know what it is. So improv, you either really love it and it's super exciting for you, or you don't really like it. Maybe it's something that might be embarrassing with you coming up with your own like dance moves and things like that. I personally used to hate improv. I was terrified that people would be judging me and thinking that I wasn't very good or wasn't very creative or wasn't doing the right steps for the song we were listening to, or whatever. But since then I actually have kind of evolved, and now that I don't care about people's opinions a whole lot, I love doing improv. I love dancing to all different types of music. This isn't just something that's in lyrical. This is something that you can use in ballet, you can use it in jazz, hip hop. You could probably do it in acro. I don't know, I don't take acro, but I'm assuming you could probably do some sort of improv in any type of dance that you do. So, what we are going to be focusing on, and a little trick that I'm going to teach you guys to kind of harness your improv skills and be able to kind of structure your improv so that it's not just all over the place, or that you're standing there looking at everybody else not really sure of where to start. So a little tip that I'm going to give you guys today that we're going to work on is going to be focusing on 3 to 5 different movements. When your teacher says, okay, now do some improv, we all know how to do a single pirouette or a leg hold, or we know how to do a giant leap. Whether or not you are obviously like doing leaps and doing turns and everything like that, that's for lyrical and jazz. You can't really do that in hip hop improv or acro improv or something like that. So when your teacher says to do some improv, just try to think of maybe like 3 to 5 different, moves. So whether that is a pirouette or a chaîné turn or a head roll or a fan with your arms, just choose maybe 3 or 5 different moves that you can kind of stick to and know that you can add into your improv. But to connect those 3 or 5 different moves, fill it with other movement. So instead of just doing 3 turns and then a ball change and a kick and then maybe a chasse into a leap, those are really good to focus as just features of your improv, but try to connect those kind of like major moments with simpler movement. So that's going to be my trick for you guys, and I'm going to tell you the 5 different moves that I want you guys to include in your improv. So the first one, and these can be in any order, so we're going to throw on some music. I'm going to tell you the kind of featured movements that I want you guys to at least hit in your improv, but you can do them in any order, and you can connect them with any sort of movement. So the first one is just going to be a single or a double turn. So just a regular single or a double pirouette. The second movement is going to be some sort of kick. So whether you do something with your leg and it's a fan kick, or you just do a ball change and a batma, whatever it is, I want you to do one leg. So we have a single or a double turn, we have a leg, and then I want you to incorporate some sort of head roll into your improv. And let's see, the third one, I want you to do something on the floor. So whether you just sit and you roll, or you do some sort of fan kick on the floor, or even like a leg hold from the floor, that'll be the 4th one. And then the very, very last movement that I want you guys to focus on is going to be some sort of jump. So whether it is like an axel turn or a leap or even like an X jump. It doesn't have to be huge and crazy, but I want you to connect all of those featured movements into your improv. So again, a single or a double turn, some sort of leg movement, some type of head roll or upper body movement in a circle, some improv on the floor, so a roll on the floor or a kick on the floor, maybe you roll over your head, something like that. And then the very last one is a jump. So whether it's just a jump that's crossed, whether it is a turning jump, or just a surprise leap straight forward, something that is a jump. So we're gonna put on some music. I'll probably do a combo maybe 2 or 3 times, just incorporating different ways to use this movement. Again, you can do them in any order you want. You don't have to do the turn first. You can do the turn third or last or whatever you want. But we're gonna use a song. Not sure what song we're gonna do yet, but we will keep it playing, and I want you guys just to do this in your living room or outside, in your bedroom, somewhere small. If you don't have a whole lot of space, that's totally fine. You don't need to move across the floor or anything like that. But this will just give you guys a little bit of a focus in your improv instead of kind of just letting you guys go and do whatever. Try to think through the improv, make it more dancey, but don't fill it with a bunch of tricks. So I want you guys to use these movements, but connect them with other moves in between. So it's not just step, turn, ball, change, kick, and jump, and shunning, and leap. Yeah, so I want you to connect them all with different types of movements to kind of make it seem like a seamless transition between each of those little tricks that we add in. So I'm gonna throw on some music, and I will be right back to do some improv with you guys. It's who you are, it's who you are, and I'm glad that you, it's who I am, it's who I am, it's who I am. You are perfect in all of your ways, you are perfect in all of your ways, you are perfect in all of your ways to us. You're a good, good Father. It's who you are. It's who you are. It's who you are. And I'm glad that you. It's who I am. It's who I am. It's who I am. You are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways. You are perfect in all of your ways to us. All right, guys, there is that little kind of trick technique for you guys to start learning some improv. I would recommend throwing on maybe a slower song and then maybe something a little bit faster, so you can use those same sort of techniques, but with a different style of lyrical dance. So maybe you need to speed up your improv. Maybe you throw a little bit more of those leaps in there, just based on the type of music that you're listening to or dancing to. So we did kind of a slower song, but we found multiple places where we can throw in, you know, a bunch of different tricks, but you don't want all of your improv just to be turns or leaps or all floor improv or anything like that. So kind of just pick and choose, you know, some of your best tricks or best features that you love to do. So whether you're really, really good at turns, that's great, but don't use your entire improv to just do a bunch of turns. We want to be able to kind of see you and we want you to stand out, but we want you to be able to showcase a lot of different, you know, features that you're really good at or that you really, really like. So try it with a different song. Continue just working really hard on your improv. We will throw that in with some of our combos. If you guys are taking summer classes, I will be doing lyrical this summer, I think. I know I am for like middle school, high school, so stay tuned for that. That'll be really, really fun. But I hope to see you guys soon. I hope you guys are staying nice and safe, having a great summer. I know school's probably out for you guys, so that's awesome. But yes, we will see you next week in our last video for June, or for, what month is it? I don't even know, May, before we start summer classes in June. Bye, guys.